All right, Greg, talk to us about the fire. When did it start? What do you know?
I received a call a little bit before 8 o'clock this evening that the Viva site was on fire. Came down here immediately. Homeland Park was already down here, the local fire department, and they were calling some other fire departments to come in and assist.
Gotcha. How many departments are here to your knowledge?
To my knowledge right now, I know there's at least 5.
Okay. We got which departments?
You asked me over there.
Yeah.
I know I've seen, of course, Homeland Park, Broadway Fire Department, Ebenezer, Flat Rock Bowen, and I believe there was one more, but I can't remember the name.
Gotcha. So talk to me about, you said it's the Viva plant. Talk to me about this plant, what's behind us here, what's burning.
This was actually a tire recycling plant at one time, and the folks that owned it back then, they were trying to recycle tires in a certain way, and basically couldn't handle what was coming in, and was shut down by DHEC. And basically after that, it's just kind of sit here in limbo for a while, and we've been working to try to get the property cleaned up, and DHEC is looking at funding the property to be cleaned up. We just got to work on the ownership of the property.
Gotcha. You were saying that this is not the first time that this area is caught on fire.
This is actually the second big fire. I think they've had a few small ones that were set by some homeless folks and arsonists, that kind of stuff, but this is actually the second major fire in a little bit over a year.
At this exact location?
Yes.
So obviously this has been burning pretty good for a little while now. What have you been hearing from these fire crews that are fighting this blaze? How under control is it? How much do they expect it to keep burning?
Dealing with a tire fire, it's a little hard to get put out. It's going to take a little while, and they've kind of kept it contained, but it basically, the wind did pick up for a little bit, and it spread a little bit more then. So, but they're working to switch around and hit it from the other side and try to stall it out. And
just to clarify, it's been burning since like 9-ish, you think?
A little bit before 8 o'clock.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh wow, I didn't realize it was that long. So we don't know anything yet about what might have caused this, do we?
We do not yet. They're going to look into it after all this.
Understood. You mentioned that the owners were trying to recycle tires. You mentioned that DHEC is working with y'all a little bit. Talk to me a little bit more about that situation, because I had heard you're not the first person to tell me that there's been problems with this before.
Yeah, basically, I mean, like I said, the company that was here before Viva had shut down, and now it's just a point of trying to get the property cleaned up. And like I said, we've been in talks with DHEC and working on it to get the funding to get this cleaned up. So we know it's going to happen. It's just exactly when. Right,
and obviously anything with DHEC is logistical. Will you use these fires maybe as kind of a case in point to say, hey, like maybe this should be done sooner rather than later?
DHEC's well aware of the fires, and they are working with us. The issue is kind of the ownership of the property right now. It's not DHEC's fault. It's not the county's fault. It's just a point of trying to get the ownership of the property. So we don't want to clean it up and somebody come right back and start trying to do the same thing.
Right. Have you spoken with the owners at all? Do we know what their deal is, where they stand on this?
I have not personally, no.
Understood. Anything else you can add about the fire, the recycling plant that I didn't hit on?
Just basically, we appreciate the crews that are out here tonight. Been out here for quite a while and going to be out here a little while longer for sure. So we appreciate what they're doing in the county.
Absolutely.